Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago Cubs. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show. Jake Arrieta is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he was the Cy Young Award winner last year. You know he's one of the best pitchers in all of the game, and he's looking to prove that that award last year was no fluke.
Charlie Blackmon makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For Colorado, center fielder.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. EK, one-year-old ball clubs, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. Despite the loss last time out, they've been in a real good groove lately. Victorious in 7 of their last 9.
And in terms of the homestand, they've won 2 and lost 2. So not much to say about that, except you hate to give away games at home. You'd like to see a little more consistent effort going forward.
Arrieta's ready. Here's the 1-1. I'll straighten him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you've got to leave alone and make him bring something down.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Fowler has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And a moment now to peek at the Rockies starting lineup. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, the wind is blowing in today, so you're not going to see a lot of long drives. Focus on hitting the ball on a line and on the ground to score your runs today.
Into the box, Christian Audemaze. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
1-1.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, overall, Parker is a solid umpire, but I have seen sometimes when there was some inconsistency calling the corners. As a pitcher, it seems he doesn't always give you the same spot when it's on the black.
He's fallen behind now. 3-1. There's Carlos Gonzalez. He waits on deck. And this is foul tipped, so that runs the count full now at 3-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Soler on the move, and this will wind up a foul ball. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And he lays off here, ball 4, and he'll become the game's first base runner here with 1 away.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. Patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in, currently 8th in the National League in hitting to enter play.
Well, right now he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of what a guy's going to have to offer.
He's set. Here it comes. Grounded to the right. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Check this out on Show Track. It's not a bad first pitch. It's down. It's on the outside part of the plate. Hey, if you can get guys to swing at that, you're going to have a lot of success. Just didn't work out here.
Here's Nolan Arenado. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He'll enter play here at 293. 2 home runs, 9 driven in. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Now the double steal is on here. Turned on down the line. Throw gets him. 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, Anthony Rizzo is really the centerpiece for this Cubs ball club. Offensively, we know what he does. Defensively, he really holds this infield together. Very fluid over at first base, good soft hands, and has a good throwing arm as well.
Gerardo Parra will stand in, and that average has to be a source of pride for him early on. He's got it up over 350 to start the new season.
And we know it's just April, so the season is just getting started, but obviously he's off to a great start.
that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he's a pitch away now from getting out of this first inning unscored upon, and that would certainly give him a big boost going forward.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 2 left for Colorado, and now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Jorge De La Rosa is on the mound for game 2. EK, what's the word on him?
Yeah, Matty, he only went into the 4th inning in his last start. Didn't get a decision. I mean, if anything, go out and give your team a chance. Going to have to go a lot deeper in this one.
Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. These Rockies, Eric Karros, they've been playing better than .500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And it was a great start to the road trip. They were able to pull out a 1-run victory, so hopefully that'll give them a little momentum because they've got some very difficult games coming up in this stretch.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. On the ground to third. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Steve, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
I think you really have to focus on what the pitcher's going to give you. If he's going to pitch you away, you got to go the other way. That way you can string together a few hits to put up some crooked numbers in this game.
Jason Hayward will stand in, and he wasn't much of a factor yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the loss.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
And he lays off there, 1-0. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
3-0 now.
And even on 3-0, it's no given that he's going to be taken up there. We've seen him go after pitches in this spot before. He's not going to hold back.
And he gets the call there, 3-1.
Yeah, showing no fear there. He put the pitch right at the letters away, but that guy didn't want any part of it.
Into his motion, here comes the 3-1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. And with that, let's bring in a look at how the Rockies will line up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, Matty, one place you don't want to hit it is to the third baseman. Absolute vacuum down there. He's got great range. Some of the plays I've seen him make, absolutely ridiculous.
Ben Zobrist gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
The windup and the 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. 2 out, nobody on. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2.
And this is where he gets so tough. He's seen everything you've got, but you've still got to make one more good pitch to get him out.
Grounded to third. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. An inning in the books. No score here on the show. Mark Reynolds will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. In there at the knees, strike one. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Arrieta gets the sign. Here's the 0-2. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. He'll take the turn and head for second. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
Well, this guy's been in desperate need of anything, something. Give him something positive. So this is just what the doctor ordered. It's a mistaken location, no doubt about that. And when a guy's scuffling, this is like a gift from heaven, as he jumps all over it and drives it for 2 bases.
Dustin Garneau will stand in now with a good chance to break the seal here following the leadoff double.
Well, it's a good RBI opportunity, but you've got to remember your first job, which is to at least get that guy over to third base.
Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
And we've seen guys swing at that 4-seam riding fastball up in the zone. But you're never going to get on top of that thing when it's up that high.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Ross scoops it up. A quick out number 1.
Yeah, and you know, that's a nice play back there behind the plate. For a big guy, look how quickly he springs to his feet, gets rid of that mask, and then he finds the ball here to make the throw to first to get his man.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 289 is the average coming in. 3 homers and 4 RBIs. No score here as we play inning number 2. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And the effort pays off as he's able to recover and get the second out of the inning.
Well, I always used to think that the best thing about playing second base, knock it down, keep it in front of him, keep his calm, and still get the out at first.
Stepping in now, Jorge De La Rosa. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
Chop foul right at home plate at strike one. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2.
Hey, give him credit up there. He's going to take his hacks.
No score at this point, but a two-out hit could get a runner in from third. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Rockies strand one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Anthony Rizzo will stand in, 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's ball game.
Oh, you look for a guy to produce? He's got 9 RBIs in his last 10 games, and he had another good one yesterday as well.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Splitter that misses too low, and he's behind 2-0 now.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. Well, pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Well, it seems to me like you've at least got to make him go after something there. I mean, the bat never left his shoulder. That's making it way too easy for a guy leading off the inning.
Chris Bryant gets his first shot here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
And you know, guys, we talk about it all the time. Leadoff walks are so dangerous, and we'll see if they can take advantage of this one.
First pitch of the at-bat. Inside with the fastball, it's 1-0.
Just because he's thrown 5 straight balls doesn't make this an automatic take, especially if for a guy in this part of the lineup.
And he misses again, 2-0.
All of a sudden, home plate's jumping around on him out there. He hasn't found the strike zone yet.
There's a strike. It's 2-1. Nobody out, runner on first. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You've got to make these guys earn it.
And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And he's back standing.
Keeping him close.
Got him swinging on the split-fingered pitch, and that's out number 1.
This is just an excellent pitch right here. Location right at the bottom of the strike zone. And if you don't get him to swing through it, hopefully he's going to hit that ball on the ground somewhere, and you'll get ground ball outs. But they'll take that strikeout for out number 1.
In is Jorge Soler. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So a 2-run shot to left center as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
man, this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
Standing in now, David Ross.
Catcher, David.
Inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
So we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Swing and a miss on the splitter, and it's 1-2. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that.
Well, one thing you're taught at an early age, when you see a pitch coming in tight, do not open yourself up. You got to turn your back into it to protect yourself. This will still hurt, but it could have been worse.
Addison Russell will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
That's what you need to do after a hit by pitch. Get right back on that horse and fire a fastball in there.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
And if you get him to look at strike one, why not go back to that same pitch in the same part of the strike zone, and they catch him looking again.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
All right, guys, we're going to check this sequence out again on Show Track, but I can guarantee you he doesn't want to see it again. He's got this thing all backwards up there. He looks at the first 2 pitches. Those are pitches he probably should have swung at. Then he swings at the one pitch that's out of the strike zone.
Into the box, Jake Arrieta, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. Here's a high pop-up. Garneau is under it, and that's the 3rd out. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. We've played 2. It's now 2-0 Chicago. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show from Wrigley Field. Charlie Blackmon is into the box as we are all set to begin the 3rd.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Runs up and gets this one down. Bryant takes it in. Throw will not be in time as a perfect bunt there nets him a base runner to lead off the inning.
That may have been one of those situations where you wonder, he's not going to be able to throw him out at first. Maybe that's one where you try and see if that would have gone foul.
Christian Audemays will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. Before the first pitch, a check at first. And the runner back. In there, strike 1. A runner at first with no outs here. And he falls behind 0-2. Oh, this is hit hard towards second. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Still early in the ball game, but these guys don't want to let things get away from them. So back-to-back hits here have the tying runs on base with nobody out.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in, and his guys have got something cooking now with 2 on and nobody out.
And down by 2, this is a good opportunity to try to put yourselves level.
Arrieta sets. First pitch on the way. Hit hard back up the middle, and that is through into center field, a base hit. And a relay home, and they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
This team's got plenty of guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but 3 straight singles will do the job as well.
So striding in, Nolan Arenado, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. But one or the other is what you really need.
Lifted in the air to center. Fowler on the run. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
This is not normally the kind of swing you associate with a good hitter like this. I mean, he's caught reaching for a pitch that he really has no business swinging at, and that becomes a very easy out.
In is Gerardo Parra, as he'll take a look at a high strike here on the outside corner. It's 0-1. First and second now, 1 man out. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
Some would say he's showing good patience here, waiting for his pitch. But as a number 5 hitter, I think you need to make something happen.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Hot shot to third. Bryant is up with it. Zobrist back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Dexter Fowler will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first.
Center fielder.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
First pitch on its way.
Nope.
Low with the splitter, ball one. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Hot shot on the ground is short. A dive, and he knocks it down. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single.
Right fielder number 22, Jason Hayward.
Into the box now, Jason Hayward. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
From the stretch. And that's in there for strike 1. And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. Oh, and it froze him, and they got him.
Well, you can erase this leadoff single now. That wasn't even that great of a move, but they catch him leaning, and he'll have to head back to the dugout.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Bit rough call.
Last start hasn't been able to find that put away pitch with 2 strikes that you've got to have at this level.
Second baseman number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Digging in, Ben Zobrist. He got ground out victim last time.
Nope.
High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball 1. 3-0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
First baseman number 44,
Anthony Rizzo would dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk.
Yeah, nothing going on earlier in this inning, but a chance to make some noise right here. Those kind of walks often seem to come back and bite guys somehow.
And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Boy, in a perfect spot for the splitter there. It's 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2. Hit out towards second. LeMahieu's got it. And as a 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for the Cubs. They lead it 2-1. Mark Reynolds is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And a high strike there, 0-1.
0-1.
And he misses with it, 1-1. Arrieta into the windup, ready with the 1-1 pitch. That's in there on the outer half, 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Pitch on the way. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full, 3-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Dustin Garneau stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball one.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. 1 run, 5 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Called strike at the knees, 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Bounced slowly back toward the mound. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Yeah, and that's not always an easy play for a pitcher, especially when he has to barehand the ball. But luckily, he's got plenty of time out there, so he's able to set himself and then make a good, strong throw.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Liner towards second. Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. They still trail it here, 2-1. Chris Bryant is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
High pop-up. Mays is there for it. 1 away. So we saw the fastball there as he got the pop out, and that'll segue right into our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And you can see that both guys are well into the 90s, 95 on one hand and just 2 miles an hour slower on the other. Ready to take his hacks again, Jorge Soler, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
Yeah, and he jumped all over a first pitch fastball in that at-bat and just drove it right out of here. So let's see if he's aggressive early in the count once again.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hot shot down the line, but this will get foul for strike 2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Line drive to left. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Well, he's been a little slow out of the blocks here to start the season, but that looks a little better there as this is a sharp base hit.
Striding into the box, David Ross. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Got him right in the back. Doesn't feel good, never does, but I can think of a lot worse places to get dosed.
Now a snap throw to first, and he'll get back in safely. And this is low, ball one.
And right about now, you got to know as a hitter that you're going to see a heavy dose of that splitter. That's a good take up there to get ahead.
In for a strike, it's 1-1.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. And he'll snap one over to first. A dive, but he's back. Fourth inning of a 2-1 ball game. To 2-2 now. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. And the runner will get back standing.
Simple throw over there.
And a big rip at the curveball, but he didn't get it, and he becomes the second casualty of the inning.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears. He thinks he's right on it at the plate, and look where it winds up. Completely out of the zone, and that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
Here's Addison Russell. Swing and a liner. But this will be foul. A runner on first with 2 away. Hit to third. Gloved by Arenado. Over to LeMahieu covering at the bag, and that ends the inning. Cubs strand one. They still lead it 2-1. Leading off the inning, Jorge De La Rosa, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And you know, guys, it's never fun to have your pitcher leading off an inning for you in this situation, but hey, who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky.
Arrieta's got his target. First pitch on its way. Hits this one hard the other way. Zobrist is there. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Yeah, he's able to set down his opposite number there. And I'll tell you, these two guys have pretty much matched each other pitch for pitch so far.
Charlie Blackmon steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Trying to lay one down here, but he misses strike one.
Yeah, and when you're looking to run up and catch him by surprise, you're hoping it's going to be a fastball. Because when you get an off-speed pitch, it really kind of throws your timing off.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball. Here it comes on 0-2. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They're down 2-1. Jake Arrieta comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Pitcher, Jake Arrieta.
Here's the first pitch to him. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. That's inside. 2-0.
I got to think he's going to leave the bat on his shoulder again here, even 2-0. This approach hasn't been too sharp so far to lead off the inning.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Of all the people, he's got to be out there thinking, how is this happening against the pitcher?
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Don't be surprised if he still doesn't have the green light on 3-1.
And that can't find the zone either. It's ball 4, and on just 5 pitches, he's walked the pitcher leading off the inning.
Sometimes this is just what you need. You know, you're in the middle innings now. You can grind out a walk, make that guy throw a few pitches, get him into the stretch. That's where you can finally put him away.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
Well, not really how you want to start the next guy after a walk. That pitch isn't even close.
2 runs, 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. The lefty Jason Hayward waits in the on-deck circle. And boy, that misses as well. It's back-to-back walks to start out the inning.
And you can see the pitching coach heading for the mound. And this is nothing more than just trying to reassure your guy and give him a chance to compose himself. He's been great so far, so there's no reason to think that he can't work out of this.
James stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Yeah, and with 2 on now following the walk, he needed to jump ahead of the next guy, so that's a good way to start out.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. 1-1.
And with 2 walks in the inning already, he can't afford to fall behind anybody else if he wants to stay in the game.
Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1.
And this hole he's digging on the mound, it's all his doing. He's got to be able to find the strike zone.
Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Looking to keep this a one-run game. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, and Hayward has gone on strikes, and there's one away.
These guys really haven't had all that many great chances offensively. So, you know, they'd hate to see this threat go by the boards. Not a good time for a strikeout at all.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Then Zobrist is in for the third time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Fifth inning, 2-1 our score. Now a big curveball in there for strike two.
Yeah, and it's...
And look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
You know what? I don't know if there's ever a good time for a hit by pitch, but there are definitely some bad times, and that was a bad time right there. Now you load the bases, and you do it for a dangerous hitter as well.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. And I think he's going to have to summon up every bit of his experience to get out of this one.
He's certainly been through it before. If anybody can do it, he can.
And obviously a big spot here with the bases loaded, so he'll step out to rethink things. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he's starting to put himself into a no-win situation. Obviously, you don't want to walk home a run, but you can't just throw a cookie in there because he could bring in 4 with one swing.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Hit high and deep is straightaway right field. Back goes Gonzalez. Still going back, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. 1 run scores. And the run is in to score from second, and it's a 4-1 game.
Well, he's going to do all he can to try and pull this ball in, but you're going to see it's just a little bit out of his reach. And once it's over his head, that's going to allow 2 runs to come in and score.
Now you see the Colorado skipper up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And that's going to be all for the starter, Jorge De La Rosa. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Justin Miller is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here.
Miller.
Chris Bryant will be the first. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
That's not a bad idea right there. Take a pitch. Make sure you get a good look at him and what he's throwing.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
And now this is where you can be just a little bit more selective as a pitcher. You're looking for the strikeout. You certainly don't have to throw a strike in either of the next 2 pitches. So you got to see if you can get him to chase.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Just did manage to catch that one with the last 2 inches of his glove. That could have been trouble.
Hit to short. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
And with two guys in scoring position, that might not be exactly what he was hoping to do, but he will pick up one RBI for his efforts, and he does move the other runner to third now with 2 away.
Jorge Soler steps in and perhaps looking to drive another one out of the park just like he did in the second. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. And that Colorado bullpen comes to life now with a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
A couple of tight pitches here to start this at bat. You can't really say you're getting squeezed, but he's not really getting any help either.
Three and 0 now. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Set, here's the 3-1. Drilled on the ground to short. Automaze moving to his right, throw on to first, and they're able to escape the monster inning as this tired. So they pick up 3 runs on just 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and a runner left. 5 innings complete. It's the Cubs 5 and the Rockies 1. Leading off the inning, Carlos Gonzalez, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
First offering on its way. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
And that's a big break for him right there. When you've already thrown 5 tough innings and you're looking at having to go right through the heart of the lineup, to get a first pitch out to start off the inning is certainly welcome.
Nolan Arenado will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances.
Nope.
Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0.
2 tough sliders there back.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1. Up high, 2-1 now.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the...
At the track, the wall, and this one is gone, a home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right. 5-3 game now.
All day long, we've been talking about how good his location's been. You're going to see where this one was on show track. That's a rare mistake here, and that one's going to wind up costing him 2 runs.
Here's Mark Reynolds, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. So after the strong 5 innings, things have not come as easily.
Better counts to hit, and that work's paying off.
And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Inside corner called as strike 1 and 2. 1 out, nobody on. And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Well, this is a scroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
In now, Dustin Garneau. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Therefore, it is Russell, and Addison makes the catch to retire the side. But the Rockies push across two, both coming on this two-run home run. Bottom of the sixth is straight ahead. It's the Cubs 5 and the Rockies 3. David Ross gets things started here in the sixth for the hometown team.
Catcher.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball one. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour. A ball and a strike.
Yeah, there's a good one right there. Right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
And when you need a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk's not on the agenda. You better bear down right here.
Here it is on 3-1. 3-1 pitch is a slider, and he can't pull the trigger. It's 3-2 now. Left field and deep. Parra going back on it, but he can't get it as it's off the wall.
It's kind of a surprise to me that he wouldn't try to go for two on this play. I don't know if he got caught up in his home run trot a little bit too early or what. He's going to wind up on first base here with a single off the wall.
Addison Russell stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Delivery to him on the way. Oh. Nobody out, runner on first. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, that finds a zone, but some of these pitches are getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
1-1. Here it is. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A runner at first with no outs here. And he gets under the 2-2 a bit as this is sent in the air out to straightaway central. Therefore, it is Blackman, and he's got it for the first out.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Jake Arrieta comes to the plate, possibly receiving a bunt sign in order to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, and everybody's got a different opinion on this situation. But in reality, it really comes down to how the pitcher is with the bat in his hands and what he can do.
Tommy La Stella will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Tommy La Stella.
In there, and it's 0-1. Called strike 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Runners on first with one down. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. And this is on the ground to first. Could be two. The second for one. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just one at second.
And he'll get dirty, but he's back in play. Here's Dexter Fowler now as he takes a fastball. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. 2 out with a man at first. That's on the corner to put him behind now, 1-2.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And, of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
And I think there's two ways you can kind of look at this hit by pitch. On the one hand, it's a little suspicious simply because these guys have scored so many runs already. But at the same time, at some point, you've got to put a stop to guys diving out over the plate. This may be that time.
And a new pitcher is summoned from the bullpen as it'll be the left-hander Boone Logan that gets the call. Here's Jason Hayward now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. That's his strength. He wants to try and come in and jam you, so you got to be ready to try and turn on something.
Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. And there's ball 2 now.
A 2-out hit here would be nice, but a 2-out walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Arenado onto the grass. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Cubs strand a couple. And it remains 5-3. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Johnson will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Number 80.
Leading off the inning, DJ LeMahieu, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Not a bad ball. You can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Zobrist has it, and the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 6.
And even with the new pitcher in there, I think you tip your cap a bit to that starter. I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Jose Reyes will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning. Travis Wood will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Shortstop number 7, Jose Reyes.
Into the seats, 0-1. Now a swing and a fly ball. Soler sprinting after it, and this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Bryant's got it. Throw gets him, 2 down. As this is taken for a ball, 1-0. There's a cut fastball that time that runs in a bit too tight, and it's 2-0 now.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
That one's in there on the black, 2-1.
When he's got that slider working the way he wants it, it can be such a weapon for him.
In there, and it's even now, 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Number 70 will come in and pitch now.
For Colorado, number 70.
Ready now, Ben Zobrist, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
He has really struggled against right-handed pitching so far this year. His average against righties is pretty ugly so far.
And he gets ahead 0-1.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
And here's one that misses to the Chicago second baseman. It's a ball and a strike. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
It looked like he was giving him the evil eye down there, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, well, he's already been plunked once, and I don't think he's going to stand for too much more of that.
Pitch is popped up. Arenado is there for it. 1 out.
First baseman number 44.
And this is right where they wanted this thing. You see it on show track there. They wanted to take him up around the letters, hoping for the pop-up, and that's exactly what they got.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Getting that first pitch strike is so important against a guy like this. You have to be able to work ahead in the count and not let him dictate the at-bat.
Liner toward right center, and a diving effort, but the ball kicks off the right fielder's glove.
As we look at that again, you know, this is not a bad pitch by any stretch. If he throws this pitch 10 times, I bet he gets him out 9 of them. But here you just have to tip your cap to the guy at the plate.
Chris Bryant stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Popped high in the air. Reynolds is there for it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
As far as rookie pitchers are concerned, he looks pretty poised out there. He doesn't have that deer in the headlights look that many guys have. He's just going about his business, and he gets the pop up there.
Jorge Soler will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
2 times here they've gone away. Both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
A strike, and it's 2-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Lays off the changeup, and he's ahead in the count now, 3-1. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
And even though that runs the count full, you'll at least get the benefit of giving that runner at first a head start here.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. 1 left for the Cubs as they hang on to their 5-3 lead. Christian Audemaze comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
Christian Audemaze.
Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball one. I think he took a little exception to that location.
Yeah, and so would I if I was down there. If you want to work inside, that's fine. But once you get up over the letters and closer to my head, now we're talking about a different story.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
And here's where you don't need to be an RBI guy. You don't need to be a home run guy. You have to be a leadoff guy. Just get on base somehow to give that tying run on deck a shot.
Wood into the windup, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Skied into straightaway right. And the 8th inning begins with a flyout, quickly 1 away.
The right fielder,
Still anyone's ball game. 5-3 is our score as we take a look now at the starter comparison to see how these two guys fared in the matchup. So 1 gone for the Rockies here in the 8th, and standing in, the right fielder Carlos Gonzalez. Here comes the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Credit where credit's due. This guy's done a good job out of the bullpen.
No question. He's been able to hold that lead, and these guys really haven't threatened him at all.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Both teams with 6 hits so far. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Ready on 1 and 2. Grounded down the third baseline. On to first, and there were 2 down.
The batter, number
8th inning now from Wrigley. Cubs lead in front of their home faithful as you get a look at the line score to see how we got to this point. Nolan Arenado will stand in as they're quickly down to their final 4 outs tonight. Justin Grimm will enter the ball game out of the pen as he'll look to get the final out here in the top of inning number 8.
Justin Grimm.
Nolan Arenado will stand in as they're quickly down to their final 4 outs tonight.
And Matt, they'd like nothing more than to ignite a 2-out rally right here. Maybe scratch at least 1 across before the 9th.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Rizzo is there for it. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They're still down 5-3. Jairo Diaz is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Jairo Diaz.
David Ross digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. Now a right-hander has started to get loose in the Colorado bullpen. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Parra waits on it. One down.
Now batting, shortstop, Addison Russell.
Stepping in, Addison Russell. He flew out in his last at-bat. Up and in for ball one. Ball two. One out, nobody on. Strike called, 2-1.
1 strike.
And this one is over, and he works the count back to 2-2.
And now at the plate, here's where you got to put yourself in the pitcher's head and figure out, what would I throw on a 2-2 pitch?
And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. In the air now out to left field. Parra giving chase. And he makes the catch for the second out.
You know, that's the thing with throwing a fastball as hard as he does. It makes fly balls travel that much farther off the bat. And this thing gets out there a long ways before it finally gets tracked down.
Kyle Schwarber will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Schwarber.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1.
Well, that's just unfair right there. I mean, most guys throw a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He's throwing a 91-mile-an-hour slider.
High and wide, 2 balls and a strike. All away here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy, get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Dexter Fowler would be next. 2 out, nobody on. And the count will be full. And he lays off, ball 4. So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
And that's not the first time he's had the bat taken out of his hands. You see right there, a lot of pitchers just said, hey, with an open base, forget about it. I'm going to let the next guy try to beat me.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. Bouncer down the line, right to him. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So no runs here, no base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. 9th inning coming up. Cubs lead it 5-3. Hector Rondon is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Number 56, Hector Rondon.
Gerardo Parra will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Very difficult to top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. And a great start to the 9th as this ought to be extra bases. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Oh, and down by 2 runs. The most important thing was to get that leadoff man on base. And mission accomplished right here. Better yet, not only is he on base, but he's up to second on the double. And since there's no double play in order, you've pretty much got to forget about that guy on second base and just make sure no one else gets on.
Here's Mark Reynolds. As they look at a fastball in there on the outer half, it's 0-1.
And in this spot, you got to pitch for the strikeout here. And this is a guy that's gone down twice so far, so you do have that in your favor.
And, he definitely broke the plane there as he went after the pitch inside. Strike 2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Boy, this has been a real nice series for him so far. That's 6 strikeouts right now in this series alone. Man, that's a rough weekend at the ballpark.
Tapia will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Nervous time now in that third base dugout.
Heck, nervous time up here. My heart's racing, and I'm just watching this game.
In there, and it's even at 1. Very softly hit to the left side. On to first, and the Rockies are now down to their final out of the game.
Now batting, second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Runners left in scoring position, one of the big keys to this ball game so far. And that's taken for strike 2 as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
Well, maybe a little problem is that they wind up having to burn through the bullpen a little bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish off this victory.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, you see a couple of hits for him in the ball game. This one was tight throughout, but in the end, he really helped lead his guys to this victory.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 5-3. So long from Wrigleyville.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 8 men. For the Rockies, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher is Jake Arrieta. His record is now. The loss goes to Jorge De La Rosa. He fought the ball game 3 hours and 7 minutes. Passengers are asked to board at the Sheridan station. Post-game bus service will also be available on the 8 Halstead, 22 Clark, 152 Addison, and the 154 Wrigley Field Express routes.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Chicago Cubs bested the visiting Rockies 5-3. The Brewers defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 4-2. The Cardinals combined for a 4-hitter as they walked off against the Reds in extra innings 1-0. The Braves knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the Fish in Miami 4-3. Max Scherzer got his third win this season as the Nationals disposed of the Phillies 3-2. The Giants combined for 10 hits as a team as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 4-3. They now have 6 straight victories. The Diamondbacks knocked out 12 hits as a team as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 4-2. The Mariners got the win in extras against the Bronx Bombers 2-1. Jose Quintana earned the victory while striking out 11 as the White Sox took care of the Rays 6-4. David Price fell short of the shutout but pitched into the 9th inning, not allowing any runs as the Red Sox were victorious over the Blue Jays 2-0. The Mets allowed only 5 hits as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 3-0. Corey Kluber twirled 8 solid innings, allowing only 1 earned run, yet still came away with the loss on the mound. The Halos only allowed 2 hits in the game as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 3-0. The Kansas City Royals hit 3 long balls as